welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer. Good morning, guys, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this. There probably will be a lot of background noise, but I can't apologize for that because it is really hot and humid out, and I got my windows open, and it's also just got done storming, so there's a good chance you're going to hear wind, rain, and probably my wind chimes, because my wind chime is right outside this window, which is open. And if the window is not open, you will not be able to see me through the blanket of sweat. I'm already kind of a little bit glistening right now. So, all right. We got a lot going on. I'm going to try to get through it as quick as possible. And I think I'm going to break this up into 3 episodes so that we'll have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday episodes. And that way, you know, nobody wants to sit for like an hour and a half and stare at somebody. So we'll try to break this up as quickly as possible. Apparently I didn't get my wardrobe in order because I got strings hanging. Alright, so I don't remember if I showed you this completed. I know that I showed it to you as a work in progress, and I did a little poll about it in the Facebook group because I was debating finishing it. Now, I mentioned in one of my last videos, I don't know, you guys kind of know, like, the days and the weeks are kind of all blending together. Like, you know, things have changed. I'm trying to adjust. We're all trying to adjust. So, with that being said, if I repeat myself, I apologize. If I forget information, I apologize. But, really, I don't apologize because we're all human. Okay. So, in a previous video, I said that I cleaned my craft room. And in the process, I had some older yarn that I wanted to get used up so that it wasn't hidden and getting dust on my shelves anymore, so that I can filter through, put the newer stuff out, and just work through my stash, be more efficient in working through my stash. In that, I found this yarn right here, because this is a separate yarn down here. This yarn up here is Bernat Softy Baby, I believe. I don't have the ball bands, but it is yarn that I acquired from the thrift store probably last year. So it probably cost 99 cents a skein, and I used 2 skeins for this top part. I'm actually really glad that I muscled through and stuck with this project because the poll results said frog it. Try something else later on. That was like the biggest opinion, was just frog it. I struggled with this poncho a lot. I did not like this yarn. And I don't have a lot of experience with Bernat at all. I have some in my stash, but what I have in my stash is from the thrift store, basically. Bernat is not real big in my area. I don't really see it at the stores very often. And if I do, it's in limited quantity, so I don't really buy it, and it's above what I'm willing to pay. So, all of my Bernat usually is from the thrift store. This ball of yarn looked like it may have been like 10 years old. So it's a much older skein of yarn. And I wanted to use it because it's spring colors. I mean, yes, it's baby blanket yarn, but it's also springy colors, and I really liked it. And this is Red Heart. I don't remember, but this is also a thrift store yarn. Does it not go like really well with that though? It is Red Heart something baby, and it's plushy. I think it's plushy. I think it's Red Heart plushy. And it's fuzzy. It's like a fuzzy yarn. But from a distance, you guys probably can't even see that it's plushy. Isn't that a cool design? I totally came up with this on my own. But no, I didn't write the pattern down, so I cannot repeat this. Even if I tried. It would be totally different. So I'm happy with the way it came out. I'm happy that I muscled through it and I did not quit, even though I wanted to, because this yarn is... It's kind of Red Heart super savory. To where it's like, you know, old acrylic is like crinkly and crusty and like, ugh. I muscled through. The pattern was difficult. Like, there's a lot of shells. It was a lot of math trying to figure out how to do it so it didn't increase too much or it actually fit my body. You know, it was a lot. It was a lot of, oh, can my brain calculate this properly? But, again, I'm so glad I muscled through. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I posted pictures on my Instagram of me wearing it and of, I think Brunhilde was wearing it. But I'm glad I muscled through. I'm really proud of it. But it was a complicated pattern. There was lots of things I needed to figure out that I just I don't want to do again. It was hard. It was hard. I am not an expertise pattern writer. I can write simple patterns, but to write this would just, it would make my brain melt. Just saying. All right, you guys want to see what else I crocheted? And then we'll move on to some other stuff that I made. So, Brunhilde, you gotta get disrobed. Ta-da! She's got like the perfect figure. Homegirl, I'm jealous. Well, her boobs could be a little bit bigger, but I'm just saying. And then I broke out, this is Red Heart with Love and Lion Brand Unique yarn. Again, from my older stash. Actually, I should try it on me so you guys can see what it looks like on me because, you know, bigger body. This is just a cowl type thing. This is what it looks like on Big Mama. Okay, I love it. It fits my boobs good. I like the little bagginess here. And this is more of a, this is kind of like a play on Crystal from Bag O' Days. Wide mouth cowl, I think is the pattern. I can never remember the name of the pattern. Everybody loves the pattern. Everybody's done it. But it doesn't work on my body because I'm so endowed. It lays weird. So I've never been able to follow her pattern exactly. I have to like make alterations to it. Not that there's anything wrong with her pattern because that's not it at all. It's just it lays funky on me. So this is just the bottom half of the cowl with my own alterations. These colors reminded me, ooh, my hair got my glasses wet and can't see. These color combinations remind me of Sandy from Crochet A. I'll link her below. I love Sandy. I think she's like the cutest thing. These colors remind me very much of her. She likes bold and she likes rich reds, burgundies, whatever. So I took the Red Heart with Love, and I think this is the color Wine, which let me tell you, I have the best stash in the world, and I'll explain that. That's totally a tangent. Hang on, let's finish talking about this, and then we'll go back to that, if I remember. Okay, so I took the red and I mixed it with the Unique, which is, so I did 2 rows, 2 rows, 2 rows, 2 rows. So every 2 rows I changed yarns up. And this is just a triangle shawl that attaches in the back. That's all it is. I just attached it because I ran out of yarn. I'll show you it on Brunhilde and then I'll explain why I have the best stash in the world. And I'm super, super proud of my stash. Alright, come on Brunhilde, work with me, babe. That's what it looks like on Brunhilde. Is that not beautiful? Okay, so I was making this and I ran out of yarn somewhere around, I think here, for the Red Heart with Love. And I was like, crap, it's not long enough. It's not big enough. So I told my daughter, I said, go look in Mommy's stash on the red shelf. Because you guys know I have some of it color coordinated. I said, look on the red shelf and see if I have any Red Heart, either with Love or Red Heart soft. Because I figured I could probably use either or. And I knew I had something in that color range down there already. Again, thrift store yarn. All this was from the, well, the Unique was from AC More Clear and Stout because it lost its band. And the Red Heart with Love was from the thrift store. It was from the really big thrift store haul that I made. And I will post that video below. Because that was awesome. Okay, so anyway, I was like, go see if I was trying to find a red or something that would match. Because I was not sure I had the match to this yarn. So anyway, my daughter goes in there and I was like, what color is it? What color is it? She's all, we have Wine in Red Heart with Love. And I was like, yes, because that's the exact yarn I needed so I could finish this bottom part off. I was so happy. I was like, that was awesome. I had exactly what I needed and didn't have to buy, order, anything. So that's one of the reasons I have the best stash ever. And this next project I'll show you is a secondary reason why I have the best stash ever. So what do you guys think of this? Are these colors not gorgeous? Totally Sandy from Crochet A. Totally. Like that would just be gorgeous on her. Just saying. She's got big tatas too, so. Alright. this last crochet project that I made, I will show you guys. I'm really proud of this. This yarn was sent to me. It was in a giveaway that I won easily a year ago from April's Crochet and More, and I will link her below. And she sent this to me, and she put a little note on everything. She's awesome. She's awesome. This is sock wool. I think it's from Mayflower. I don't think I have the ball band anymore. Okay. This is sock wool from Mayflower, I believe. And she said, I know it's a super thin and you don't like super thin, because at the time I was not working with anything thin. It was like thick yarn all the way, because I just didn't have the patience for this. She said, but if you hold 2 strands together, and she sent me 2 balls of it. She said it makes really beautiful shawls or something, she said. So I held on to it all this time, not sure what I was going to do with it. So it was in my box. And it was in my box. You guys actually saw me wearing this in the 20 questions with Mr. Cinnamon video. I was wearing this beautiful shawl. And it's a half moon shawl. Super large. It fits really good. Look at that. I blocked it and everything. I'm so proud of myself. Anyway, so it's a number 1 yarn. It's sock wool. So, I mean, that's the name of it, and it is sock wool. I took it out and I was like, okay, well, I'm not sure. And then I found in my stash a ball of wool like from Loops and Threads, which I have never used wool like. It is super soft, can I tell you? And I held the 2 strands together. So sock wool and wool like, which I think are both a number 1, which I guess this will make it a number 2. I'll make it a number 2 shawl. So, because I held the 2 together, you get like this marbled look. And there's like some weird funky pattern with it, but when I started to go into the lace, look at that coloring. I know it's hard to tell because it's up against me, but look at that. I fell so in love with this yarn, and I'm working with it. And then I got through the first ball and I pulled out the second ball of sock yarn, and I connected it somewhere. I don't know. I connected it somewhere, and I'm going and I'm crocheting, right? And I'm like, this yarn is delicious. And after working with that poncho, which was gross, this was so much fun. This yarn was soft and it slid through my fingers and my hook so easily. And I just had so much fun making this. These really, really large. I had so much fun. And then I was like, okay, I got down to around here, which, you know, that's a decent size shawl. But you guys know I like making my shawls fingertip to fingertip to make sure it fits around my bosom properly. And that was just not, before I blocked it, it was more like this. So it was a lot shorter, you know, because all the stitches were scrunched up on each other. And then I'm like, oh no, I ran out of sock wool. All I had left was wool like. Well, I could have kept on with the wool like, but the wool like is so drastically thinner than the 2 strands held together. It would have been terrible at the bottom what I wanted to do. Because what I was doing is I was making the lace holes bigger and bigger as I went. Okay. So I'm looking through my stash. What am I going to use to finish this shawl to make it bigger? Do you see this blue yarn? It is the same exact color as the sock wool blue. It is identical. So I pulled it out. It's a number 1. I have no idea what it is. It's from one of the thrift stores. I paid like 59 cents for this ball of yarn. It felt like the sock wool. It looks like the sock wool. You cannot tell the difference. I was like, best yarn stash ever. I was so happy. We'll show you what Brunhilde looks like wearing it. So it's obviously much longer on her, but it was about to here before I blocked it, and then it stretched all the way down to here. It's like very, very long and very, very beautiful now. And I can wear this all kinds of ways. I was playing with it. You can wrap it. You can tie it in the front, which is what I did the other day to go to the grocery store. I tied it in the front. It was beautiful. I loved it. You can, let me show you on my body because it looks a little different on my body. It looks, she's swimming in it. You wear it over your shoulder like this. Yeah, I got a summer dress on. It's going to be 80 degrees today. You can wear it over your shoulder like this. Put a little shawl pin right here. It's like a little old lady shawl, which I love. I just love everything about this shawl. I think it's gorgeous. It is one of my favorite shawls in history ever. And of course, because Brunhilde has sticky material on her, you can wrap it around her. Isn't that beautiful? I just... so in love with that. Okay, I forgot. I do have one more thing that I crocheted, but I don't have all the pieces here. Now, if you guys recall, Penny sent me that beautiful box of Premier Yarn from Ann's Creations. I will link her below as well. I might have a bunch of links below. She sent me some Good Earth yarn, which is linen cotton blend, and it feels gross. It's very stiff and like feels like it's coated in wax. And I had the chance to buy some a while back at the Premier Warehouse sale, and I chose not to because it felt gross. And everyone told me in the video that when you wash it, linen gets much softer. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. It's one skein. It was not very many yardage. I had no clue. I never worked with this yarn. So it's been sitting in my stash. So I got an idea to make maybe coasters with it. I thought coasters, it would be a really pretty color. So I made some just basic circle coasters. I have more than this, but like I said, I can't find the other pieces. My niece is here still, and I told you guys about her in a previous video. She is very organized and likes to clean, and her and my daughter cleaned off the kitchen table, and I have no idea what they did with the rest of the pieces to this because I was actually using it. So I made some of these coasters, and then I made this. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. It's kind of like a mug rug. Okay, and then I held 2 strands together. Got a phone call coming in. Don't want to answer that. I made 2 strands held together of this exact pattern. And I made, this is a mug rug for my coffee. I don't drink coffee. For my tea. And I made 2 strands held together of this exact thing, but it's a little bit bigger, for my teapot so that the heat doesn't go through to the table. And then coasters. I used it the other night and put up my hot teapot on that, the thicker one, which is now misplaced. And I put my coffee cup, yeah, it was a coffee cup, with my teacup on one of the coasters. Love this. Once I washed it, look at how flimsy and flexible this is. This is, you guys, it softens up so much. So I ordered some more, I'm just saying. Sorry. My dress is trying to come undone. Okay. So I made that. That was awesome. I'm really proud of that. I ordered more of that yarn, and it's actually in a box at my feet, which I have not opened yet, but I'm going to show you guys that on Friday. So stay tuned. We have an unboxing on Friday. And then there's a little hint right here of what Wednesday's episode is going to be about, but I'm not going to show you. I've been doing a lot of other stuff. There's something else there I want to show you, which is why I keep turning. My wind chime's loud. I've been gardening. I have to wait till it dries up because with these storms, it's like a flood in my backyard right now. I have to go and weed everything and get my vegetable garden ready because I have so many plants that need to go out there. It is almost time to plant my vegetables. I started, and it's in the other room right now because I have a planting table in the house. And basically it has all of my seeds that I started planted on it. And I bought some house plants that I put on there just because they were pretty. And they were clearanced out for $1 at Lowe's. Lowe's, in case you didn't know this, clearances out plants for the best prices ever. Right now they're kind of like hit or miss because with the quarantine they're not clearancing as much. But if Lowe's has a plant that loses its flowers, it clearances it out for like $1. So it may be a perennial that will come back all the time. And it'll flower again as soon as you put it in the dirt. But right now it doesn't have flowers, so they clearanced it out. So a lot of my plants come from Lowe's because, you know, I love clearance. So anyway, I planted, I know you guys probably don't care. I am going to get back to craft in 1 minute. But I want to tell you about my garden. I planted seeds for bush pickles. So it's like a bush plant, but it's cucumbers, little cucumbers. Because I love to pickle. I love to pickle. I planted regular cucumbers. I planted like 8 variety of tomatoes because I love tomatoes in salad. Well, I don't like regular tomatoes. I like the little yellow bell-shaped tomatoes or the purple tomatoes. I love heirloom tomatoes. And, you know, I love having fresh tomatoes. I'm going to plant carrots, which is awesome. I love growing carrots. They're so easy. Well, for me anyway. What else did I plant? A ton of chili peppers and green peppers. Because, you know, love chilies. Anyway, that's one other thing I've been working on. I'm trying to read my little script I have. Because I wanted to tell you guys so much. I feel like I'm all over the place. And you guys are probably like, what is she talking about? So anyway, my husband is still working, but he's working mostly from home. He got an order that he is probably going to have to come back into the office periodically to do work that can only be done in the office. And because of that, he's also been told he has to wear a mask when he comes into the building. So I made him a mask, but I'm not going to show it because we have a set of masks that we keep in the car so that if we're out and about and we have to run in somewhere, we all have a mask in the car that's ready to go so we don't forget it, because that's not something you're going to remember because it's a new thing and whatever. But let's see if I can find my... Oh, I don't have it. Apparently I lost my other mask. I must have dropped it. Anyway, I made masks out of this material. And then I made matching project bags. And there's pictures of that on my Instagram and in the Facebook group. But I wanted to show you guys the project bags I made. They're not perfect. They're not for sale. They will never be for sale. I am not a master seamstress. There's a lot of flaws in these bags, but they're for my personal use. This bag was perfect size for this shawl because the little balls of sock yarn are just small balls, and I fit 2 in here, and I left them like I faced the skein upward so the string was feeding out. So I just laid this on the table and just the yarn would come out because I was attached to 2 balls of yarn at once. It was perfect. And then I had this really cool yellow zipper. I get all my zippers from the thrift store as well because people donate them. They buy tons of craft supplies and then I'm not going to use that, so I'm going to donate it. That's where I get a lot of my craft supplies. And see, the inside of the bag is this material. Isn't that pretty? I love the colors on this. Love it. Isn't that cute? I love this material. And I have a face mask in the car that is made out of this material. I just think it's beautiful and colorful. And, you know, we're all going through stuff, so why not try to add a little cheer to your face, you know? And then I made this one. This one has a gray zipper to match. And again, you guys can see, like, my sewing needs work. But it's just for me. This don't bother me. And this has the bird material on the inside. And this one fits a much bigger project. Well, not much bigger, but, you know, bigger. And then this one actually has a project in it, which is the cinnamon twist shawl is in here. Out of scrap yarn. This one's got a navy zipper. And of course, you'll see my flaws. My zipper's not all the way attached right there. I'm not real good at doing zippers. I never learned how to do zippers, so I kind of just wing it. And then this one again has the blue on the inside, so it matches the small one. And my cinnamon twist shawl is in white. And this is white glitter yarn that was in my stash. No idea what it is, but it's pretty. And I probably don't have enough to make the whole shawl, but... yeah, so if you can imagine, my face masks are really, really cute. I thought I grabbed them, but I think I dropped it on the way to the... I probably dropped it on the way in here. Alright. Oh, and I also made Little Miss Oreo a rug, but it's not in here because she's currently using it. It was out of scrap yarn that I got from the Lion Brand 10 for 10 sale a while back. It is the... I don't remember what yarn it is, but she loves the rug and she keeps laying on it. So she's happy, I'm happy, my little princess dog. And I think that's all I have to show you guys for today. If you come back Wednesday, we're going to talk about this beautiful yarn I dyed, and I'm going to tell you guys more about the process and how I dyed it, and I'll show you that. And then Friday, if you come back, there's an unboxing. So that'll be fun. Of course, it's premiere. Hello. All right. I will see you. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. try to get out and just get some fresh air. It will help. I promise. We've been trying to get out at least once a day, just even if we go for a drive and just, you know, go drive through the fresh air. Go see something new than the inside of your house. I don't know. I can't be stuck in the house. I have a hard time with it. And yeah, I think that's it for today. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you on Wednesday.